guys, welcome to The Squeeze. My name is Nancy, and I hope you're ready for a fun-filled day because, trust me, there's a lot to talk about. Unfortunately, my colleague Seymour is not here. I know you noticed. She unfortunately is sick today, but of course she'll be back to your lovely screens by next week, by God's grace. Well, from tweet fights to lovey-dovey stories to publicity stunts, I am squeezing out the hottest gist in town. My name remains Nancy. Let's go straight to the headlines. Idibia opens up about Two-Face's other kids and being born with a silver spoon. Celebs share advice on beefs and haters. Actor John Okafor fires back saying, Ibinabo is a small girl. Return my money or risk being exposed, Peter Okoye tells a certain bank. Charles Novia makes list of things wrong with Dorobuchi music video. Exercise, eat well, comb your hair, and you'll have better sex. Funmi Iyanda advises young people. Jim Ike is Nollywood's best-dressed man. Omotola says the band talks on ending poverty with agriculture on ABC News. The Dr. Sid and Simi wedding updates. Awilo Logomba is in town. In case you missed it, we bring you celeb pictures that caught our fancy. Halle Berry's 6-year-old daughter reveals top 10 ways to stay married. On our countdown today, we'll take a look at the top 5 things celebrities face just being a celebrity. Let's call it top 5 things to expect if you become a celebrity. Interesting, you say? Oh yes, I know. But we'll take a breather now, and when we come back, we'll give you all the details. We'll be back in a minute. Stay tuned.
Did you know that Ankara is not from Africa? Hey! Did you know that? Hey!
Welcome back. Now, when you see Two-Face and Idibia, the love story instantly forms a reflective picture in your mind. And that's because we follow them through their love journey. Right before our eyes, we've seen the highs and the lows, the baby mama drama, the breakup, the makeup, the proposal, the grand wedding, and living life in the spotlight. Yeah, you are so correct. But first, before we get into the lovey-dovey part of these two people, who would have guessed that Idibia grew up in a separated home? Yes, well, she did. Recently, she talked on how her parents got separated when she was really young. She says her mother remained a housewife despite the separation and that she was born with a silver spoon but didn't grow up with it. Kind of reminds me of the song, I was born with a silver spoon, then I lost the spoon. Do you know that song? I know. Well, she says it's really heartbreaking when you live with your parents happily and suddenly they part ways. Whoa, she definitely had her fair share of life. But today, she is celebrated as an actress married to one of Nigeria's top music icons. I call him a legend. Well, this lady, who is described as being simple and humble, despite being married to Two-Face, shares her view on the issue of divorce. According to her, she says, honestly, divorce is the worst punishment any parents could subject their children to because it's the children that will face the consequences of their actions. Divorce should not be considered as an option when couples face off. It is advisable to settle rather than divorce. Why did you get married if you cannot forgive and reconcile with your partner? She asked. Now, when asked about the other children Two-Face has, which most people will call her stepchildren, Annie says, I don't have stepchildren. They are my kids. We have a good family relationship with our kids in America, in Nigeria. Zion has a great sense of humor. He's always attached to his sister, Isabel. They are age mates and they always disagree to agree in love. It's fun watching them stay together whenever they come to their family home. Now, if you ask about my own view, I think it's easy for her to say, you know, divorcing and stuff. I understand what she went through, and it's really, really sad. No child should have to go through that. But how about the other kids of Two-Face who their mother did not get married to Two-Face? You know, it's more or less like the parents do not live together. But like she said, these are not her stepkids. These are her kids. So let's just leave it. It's all family issue. Let's not get into it. But, you know, our opinions are opinions. Now, it looks like it's a season of entertainers' beef, from Ibinabo Fabrice-Sima and Clarence Chikora to Ibinabo Fabrice-Sima and John Okafor to supposedly Wizkid and Davido. Yes, if you recall, these celebrities took to Twitter to exchange words, with some calling each other names and the others not mentioning any name at all, but speculation has it that there is some kind of misunderstanding going on. Last week, Wizkid and Davido took to social media, dishing out words without pointing fingers at anyone in particular, but then their fans somehow concluded that they were talking to each other. Well, as much as we cannot confirm if these people have issues, other celebrities have come out to give advice to whomever deem interested to listen. Iyanda starts off saying, "Stop talking, let's release more music, let's entertain our fans, stop the hate. My prayer is that we all can make it." Interesting. Well, another celebrity, Shay, went on to post something a little different on her page, alleging a fellow entertainer buys their award. In her words, she says, "Buyers of awards, insecure, negative haters, discontent, greedy, unhealthy competitors, fake, vain, we don't play that around here. Hashtag real fans love the real you." But really, what is this all about? Well, I can't say for myself because I can't say who Shay is talking to, and I can't say if really Wizkid and Davido has beef going on between them. But all I can say is, like Iyanda advised, let's make more music. That's what we're here to do. That's what they're here to do. With the whole social media fights, I think since the introduction of social media, it's been crazy. But let's wish them well. Let's hope that this whole drama stops very soon. Still on celebrity beefs, the drama continues with Actors Guild of Nigeria President Ibinabo Fabrice and actor John Okafor, Mr. Ibu, after he said she cannot recontest. If you recall, Mr. Ibu accused her of collecting funds from President Jonathan and other state governments. Well, Ibinabo's reply was, "We didn't go there to beg for money as Mr. Ibu is used to doing." Anyway, John Okafor has replied her saying, "I was the chief coach for AGN for 4 years. If I'm not a member, why would I be appointed? She's just looking for something to hold. The issue is that she's a small girl. She doesn't know anything, and I was trying to correct her, but she was saying it as if I was abusing her. How can she be the president of AGN and all the states have 2 chairmen each and she cannot resolve the conflict and the board of trustees is not in order?" Now, I don't know how to go about this back and forth drama between Ibinabo and John Okafor, and I think it's already getting stale and it's getting really boring. Whatever it is, you guys, I think you guys should just bury whatever drama, whatever beef you guys have and just move on. It's already beginning to disturb a lot of us. It's beginning to become very disturbing, but they're adults, I guess they know how to handle their issues better. Someone has stepped on Peter Okoye's toes, and he is getting really mad about it. Apparently, a certain bank whom Peter does business with has created a bad impression of themselves by withholding his money. The music star on Instagram asked his fans if they have ever experienced a fraudulent transaction by a bank, and then went on to say that a certain bank was withholding his money and have asked that they return his money or risk being exposed at a certain time. Well, I understand this is a really, really severe case, but I don't know, if I were Peter, I would probably go to court, get a lawyer, and try to settle everything out of, the public eye. I don't know what it is with him and the social media and him always bringing his family stuff to come up to whatever, Twitter, Instagram, and talk about it. Sometimes you should just be quiet. Like his brother, I think Paul is even more, he's more reserved. If you give your fans all of this space and all of this, to know more about you, when they start to throw insults at you, do not get upset because you already started it. I'm just saying. Okay, guys, let's go on a short break now, and when we come back, find out everything that is wrong with the music video for the song Dorobuchi, and that's according to movie director Charles Novia. I'll be back. Don't go anywhere.
Africa, Afropolitan vibes here in Lagos, Nigeria. Come here. This is where the party's at.
Welcome back. Now, ever since the song Dorobuchi came out, there's been one talk or the other about it, but Don Jazzy cares less. What you all have to say, as he went again to shoot a video for it. And once again, tongues are wagging. Oh yes, this time it's Nollywood movie producer and critic Charles Novia sharing his opinions. If you recall, he has in the past shared a piece of his mind on trending topics in Nigeria, including the anti-gay law, Tiwa Savage's Wanted, the President Jonathan and Lamido Sanusi saga. Well, now he is taking on the Dorobuchi music video. As you know, the anticipated video by Maven Records featured Don Jazzy, Tiwa Savage, Dr. Sid, D Prince, Ricardo Banks, Dija, and Korede Bello. Now, Charles Novia took to his official Twitter page to discuss the video, his highs and his lows, pointing his displeasure of Maven Records' decision to shoot the video outside Nigeria. According to Charles, he says a song composed and hitting all nooks in Nigeria gets its video shot in South Africa. The organic stem of the track got lost in the entire video. Well, I don't know what to say about that because I've watched the video. I wasn't so impressed. Personally, my opinion about that video is the Don Jazzy's part was really interesting, you know, and the D Prince's part was really interesting. Tiwa Savage's part was interesting, but the upcoming artists, Korede, DJ, and I don't know the other guy's name, I didn't think they gave it justice. The part I really loved, the guy I really, really loved, he was the one on the staircase. You guys remember? On the staircase singing, and I found it primitive. I thought he should have, you know, really, really had something, so a lot of things going on for his part of the song. But oh well, I didn't give them a dime to shoot the video, so my opinion, I might as well take it and put it in my pocket. Well, I would love to know what you think about the video. Do you agree with Charles Novia's view of the video, or is the video all that you wanted it to be? We would love to hear from you, so get on our social media platforms scrolling through your screen right now and join the conversation. I'll be waiting. It's been a week of advice from celebrities and we are getting a dose of it. Now, some time ago, top media personality Funmi Iyanda celebrated her 43rd birthday, and gosh, I must say she looked completely stunning for her age. Anyways, moving on. She took to her Twitter page to give profound advice to her young followers. Some of the tweet reads, "Don't be thin, that's silly. Be fit, that's sexy." Then she goes further to say, marry a kind of girl or guy who can make you laugh and who have their own job. I particularly love this one because today you see a lot of young ladies who practically starve themselves just so they look slim, when all they really need to do is to be fit. And a lot of young people need to realize this. There isn't the chance to lazy around. So get creative and learn to be independent. Beauty isn't everything. Another one that really cracked me up was where she said, exercise, eat well, comb your hair, you'll get better sex. Where in the world did she find that? I mean, how true is that? I don't know. But Funmi Iyanda, who is, of course, 40, probably knows better. She knows how to get our attention. Well, I don't know what to say about that. You guys, I think you guys should just follow everything she says because she's older and probably wiser, you know. But some of the things she said is really, really very, very wise. Very wise. I find them very useful, and I think I would actually implement them in my daily life. You should do the same. Now, every now and then, celebrities use the social media to get closer with their fans through a question and answer session. And almost sexy, the screen diva, Omotola, had her moment. So, one of her fans asked her who she thought was the best dressed man in Nollywood. And just when you thought she'd pick, you know, the likes of Richard Moffat, Damijo, or Desmond Elliott, well, she did not. Instead, she picked, wait for it, Jim Iyke. If you guessed Jim Iyke, you were right. Then she went on to mention South Sultan as the best male Nigerian act in music world and revealed that Regina Askia gave her the most competition as an upcoming actress. Then one fan asked her if she would allow her teenage daughter to have kids at her age, just as she did, and she said that as much as she had a first child at 19, she wouldn't let any of her children, any of her daughters, do the same. Now, about Jim Iyke being the best dressed, I can actually, you know, agree with that because I really like what he wore at the, was it the AMVCA some years ago or last year, the shorts and suit that finally became one of the very big fashion trends in the United States. And he actually got featured in one of, you know, a very big fashion spread in the United States. So I thought it was a very good outfit, although at first nobody thought the same. We all thought it was weird, but you know, Jim Iyke is a fashion trendsetter. Well, on her having kids at 19, I think it's crazy because she got a body back and, you know, she's extremely beautiful and she has such an amazing shape. But she's saying, okay, she would not allow any of her kids to do that. I think it's a very wise choice because she probably knows better now. But, you know, she's an adult. It's her daughter, so she knows what to do with that. And South Sultan being her favorite act, I love South Sultan too, but he's not my favorite act. Anyway, it was Omotola who was talking, not me anyway. So now, guys, do you agree with Mike being the best dressed man in Nollywood and South Sultan as the best male Nigerian act? Let's get the conversation going on our social media platforms, scrolling on your screen right now. We would love to hear from you. Moving on to more gist. So recently, one campaign ambassador Dibanj was on ABC News with the Africa Executive Director for One, Sifo Moyo, to discuss with host Judge Stephanopoulos, I hope I pronounced that right, about the upcoming U.S. African Leaders Summit. Dibanj says agriculture has been seen to be the fastest way of eradicating poverty and creating employment platforms across Africa. Now, Judge asked Dibanj what he would hope to hear from President Obama at the summit, and he, Coco Master, says, and I quote, "I would just say that President Obama should please help us make sure that the African leaders implement what they permitted to in the summit, because we have what it takes to unravel the wealth in Africa." Well, I think Dibanj has a very good point there. Agriculture is indeed very, very important in Nigeria and the entire Africa. Now, guys, if you miss all the glitz and glamour of Dr. Sid and Simi Oshomo's wedding, then not to worry, because we'll bring you all the highlights. And then if you ever need advice on how to stay married, then we've got you covered, because a 6-year-old girl has got the answer. And then we have an interesting countdown for you guys today, but all this will come right after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Did you know that Ankara is not from Africa? Did you know that?
Welcome back, guys. It is still The Squeeze. Now, I'm pleased to announce to you that it is official. Simi is now Mrs. Esiri. Dr. Sid walked down the aisle with his beautiful bride last week as they both exchanged marital vows. Oh, yes. The couple had their first dance with the song You and I by John Legend. And gosh, did you see that huge, amazing cake? I heard that the cake was an inspiration from Simi's parents' wedding cake. Apparently, her parents had same cake on their wedding day, and Simi decided to replicate the same. Awesome, I would say. Now, another thing that fascinated me at the wedding was what Simi did with her bouquet. You know, usually the bride would toss her bouquet to the back, and whatever single lady is lucky enough to catch it will be the next to wed. Well, Simi didn't do that. Instead, she handed the bouquet directly to her sister. Simply put, whether the devil likes it or not, her sister is next online to walk down the aisle. How sweet. And finally, the couple got a 2014 model Land Cruiser Prado as a gift from Don Jazzy, and then they got into each other's arms and watched fireworks before the after party. That's one of my, in fact, I love everything that went on in that wedding. The fact that there were fireworks. I was actually driving back from work that day when I saw the fireworks, and it was so beautiful. I was wondering what was happening. I didn't know it was actually Dr. Sid's wedding. So they had fireworks. The cake was huge and amazing. Her wedding gowns, she wore 3 wedding gowns. One for the wedding, one for the reception, and one for the after party. And they were all gorgeous and flawless. I loved it. And I love the fact that she gave her bouquet to her sister. That's very, very sweet and heartful of her. Well, we have something fresh for you, and it's called In Case You Missed It. Well, we basically bring you a roundup of celebrity pictures that caught our attention, funny, weird, or just plain simple. And we're starting off with some cute celebrity dad pictures that made the rounds over the week. It seems like it's becoming a trend for celebrities to take pictures with kids and share. Here we have Julius Agu and his kid, Kanye West, K-Switch, and Osaze. Don't they just look adorable? It's amazing to see how these dads are taking out time to be a part of the life of their kids despite their busy workload. I mean, this goes to show that celebrity dads are not as bad as the public wants to portray them sometimes. I think the pictures are really cute. They're really adorable. Well, like they say, the couple that works out stays together. Okay, I think that quote just came out from my head. But anyways, the picture of dance queen Kathy Ameh and her husband, Joseph, as well as star actress Gabrielle Union and basketball debut Dwayne Wade, working out and keeping that body fit shows just how couples should support each other in all things. Really, I love the picture of, Gabrielle working out with her husband or her beau, her fiance. His name, Dwayne Wade, yes. And they're getting ready for their wedding, which is to come in a few months. But I really love the picture, and I think it's very cute. Moving on. Now, I remember watching a popular show by Bill Cosby called Kids Say the Darndest Things. I would laugh my heart out just listening to what these kids had to say or the facial expressions they would give. They always looked pretty serious with whatever it was they were saying. Yeah, but trust me, the kids of today have grown so fast that everything they say leaves you speechless. And if you ever need the golden advice to keep you going for a long time, you better listen to kids. Well, recently, Hollywood actress Halle Berry decided to get into a chit-chat with her 6-year-old daughter about marriage. She asked her what her top 10 ways to stay married was, and the young girl gave a full dose of advice. Well, Halle took her daughter's list along with her for her interview on a talk show. Let's take a look at the list. Watch.
We had a couple in the audience who were just getting married, and the guy wanted to know if I had any wedding or marriage advice. And of course I do, but I didn't say anything. Tell us what this is. What's this lovely little list here?
Well, this is a list that my daughter made. One of my co-stars got married on the show, and I thought, well, we could buy him a vase, or we could buy him something like that. But I thought, wouldn't it be better if he got some really good marriage advice? So I asked my daughter, I said, honey, and she's 6, I said, tell me 10 ways a couple can stay married.
Top 10 ways to stay married. Your daughter's name is Nala?
Yep.
Nala. Okay, and she's 6 years old. Top 10 ways. Here we go. Number 10, have fun and dance. Have fun and dance. Number 9, talk a lot.
Talk a lot.
Very important. Number 8, keep your cars together. Number 7, always go the same way. That's why you need to have your cars together. Number 6, be helpful and nice. That's perfect.
Perfect. If we could just do that.
Yes. If we could just do that, that's all you really need in the world. Number 5, keep each other safe. Very sweet. Number 4, don't fight out loud.
Number 3, my personal favorite.
Number 3, keep nice to your boyfriend. But don't be nicer to your boyfriend than you are to your husband. Number 2, stick together like stick yourselves together. And the number 1 top 10 way to stay married, you need to kiss.
Well, me particularly, I like the number 9 advice that says talk a lot. And the number 6 that says be helpful and nice. Okay, now it's your turn to tell us what you think is the number 1 way to stay married. We can't wait to hear from you. Well, let's take a breather, and when we come back, it will be time for our countdown and stop it segment. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Africa, Afropolitan vibes here in Lagos, Nigeria. Come here. This is where the party's at.
All right, guys, everyone wants to be a celebrity for one thing or the other. And on this show, we have celebrated them on our top 5 countdown. Well, today we'll be counting down on the top 5 things your celebrity face just being a celebrity. And if you decide to be one, well, you need to look out for these things. Now, this is not to scare you in any way whatsoever, but to let you know that being a celebrity is also a lot of hard work. That's right. The life of a celebrity is very tough. Trust me, it is not at all easy to become an actor or an actress. The public consider the celebrities to be their properties. Despite all the fame and wealth, here's what they go through. At number 5, they face criticism from fans and other celebrities. A celebrity is always under serious scrutiny for one thing or the other, either for their works, their lifestyle, their personal decisions, or for comments they make sometimes. Whatever it is, these people learn to grow either a thick skin or embrace what is being said or react. For instance, the likes of Tonto DK has faced all kinds of criticism for being a controversial actress and her stint into music. Most people believe she has no place in the music industry whatsoever, but yet Tonto cares less what you think and has gone on to sign a record deal and even release a video to her song. So if you know you cannot take criticism or harsh words being lashed at you, I will advise you rethink your pursuit for fame. And number 4, celebrities face media attacks. Oh yes, the moment you decide to be the face or the voice of our screens, your life becomes our perfect movie story. We want to know where you sleep, who you sleep with, and if care is not taken, what happens under those shits. Yes, we're that crazy. A celebrity has to forget about his peaceful personal life, and he or she cannot hide anything from the media because the reporters are always keeping eyes on all of the activities. The media persons work 24/7 just to uncover every small aspect of a celebrity's life. The secrets and relations are published in no time on the internet, in newspapers. If you are not married or not in a relationship, it becomes a hot topic for the media. I mean, everything about Two-Face and all the women in his life was a trending topic for a long time. And when nothing was happening, some jobless people would cook up stories around him because they knew just how much people enjoyed following the personal life of Two-Face. Living a pretentious life is what celebrities face at number 3. The public considers a celebrity to be its property. This is why they are pressured to live pretentious lives just to make an impression on their fans, clients, and colleagues. The audience always is curious to know how the celebrity made all the money to afford the expensive lifestyle that they live. But the truth is, some of these celebrities, so-called celebrities, aren't exactly as rich as you presume them to be. Some of them live on loans, gifts, just so they can make big impressions because in a real sense, you, the fans, will not accept them as regular people. And number 2, they face rivalries and challenges. Actors and actresses, even the directors and producers, always remain in a challenging and competitive environment. They have to face the rivalries and come up with better outcomes. For example, we see how one music artist or a movie director releases a hit song or movie, and then another music person or director tries to compete with that and make something much more better. The challenges celebrities face not only help them churn out good works, but also put them on their toes to give us the very best. For instance, the likes of Clarion Chukura and Ibn Abo Fibrisima have been on loggerheads over who can best handle the Actors Guild. Very, very feisty. Every celebrity has at one point or the other been faced with a crazy fan at public places, and that is at number 1. Now, even celebrities need their moments. Space and freedom, trust me. Sometimes the celebrities want to enjoy life as a common human being, but this is never possible for them whenever they leave their homes. They have to face a huge rush of crazy fans wanting autographs and pictures of the celebrities, or those ones even throwing weird advances at them. This sounds really interesting, but it is actually not, because the peace and privacy is always gone from a celebrity's life. Now, those are the top 5 things celebrities face just being in the limelight. So, if you know you are capable of taking all this coupled with showcasing your extraordinary God-given talent, my friend, you are ready for the limelight. Iyanda once said a fan grabbed him on his private part, and the P-Square duo have got ladies asking for autographs in all the weird places. I don't know where that is, don't ask me. Okay, guys? Well, I hope you enjoyed our countdown. Tell us what you think. Did we miss something? We would love to know. Now, it's time for us to rant. And from now on, you too can be a part of our rant segments by sending us a 1-minute video of yourself ranting about anything you think is wrong and needs to stop. Of course, that is right. You can rant about what you see people do on the street that is bad, or at work, or at a party, or even about your celebrities, all in just 1 minute. And we get to air your video on the show. With that being said, it is my turn to rant. You know, with Simon not being here, my ranting will make me look like a mad person, so I'll just try to put everything in moderation. Okay, so I want to rant about most parents these days, you know, who don't see it important to teach their kids how to speak their native language. I have friends and I know people and you know, my friends who live, most people who live in diaspora, who live outside the country, and they speak, especially the Yorubas, they speak very good Yoruba. They even speak it better than most people who live here in Nigeria. And I want to give that to the Yorubas because they have a thing for, you know, always making sure the kids speak the language no matter where in the world, no matter where they are in the world. I'm not trying to be tribalistic. Of course, the Igbos do their best to make sure, and every other tribe do their best to make sure the kids can speak. But from what I have seen, Yorubas are very good with that. Myself, I don't know how to speak my language so well, you know, so I'm also ranting about myself too. So these days, let's not forget our culture. Let's not forget our mother's tongue, and let the mothers, you know, the fathers usually don't have that much time to do that. So let the mothers come together and make sure their kids, English is important, and try to make sure your kids can differentiate English, proper English with Yoruba, because sometimes the kids mix it up, and I can't blame them. That's why most parents will say, okay, you know what, don't bother, just speak English, because they start to speak English into Yoruba and put Pidgin and mix it, and the English will be having the H and the, you know, so I understand that, but let's make sure our kids can speak proper English, proper Pidgin, like I do, and then proper native language, whichever it is. All right, guys, this is where I get to say my goodbye. I hope you enjoyed hanging with me today. It was just me today, no Seymour. I hope you don't want her back. I'm just kidding. She'll come back next week. All right, so we come your way next week. Don't forget to send in your rant videos. Don't forget to tune in. Same time, same station, channel 129. My name remains Nancy. Stay blessed. Do not drink and drive.